Hello, TIs. It's 1:42 p.m. on 3/31/2017. Sorry, I've been MIA, but it's been a very, 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 very busy time. And the targeting since the sending of the UN packages has pretty much been intergalactic. Seriously, it's been out there. Um, but I wanted to give you the great news that both packages have arrived in New York as well as in Geneva, and that was no small feat. And we have to thank Jamo for that and Ben because they did a knockdown drag out job with a lot of obstruction. The next steps are on Monday, we commence a media campaign, which will entail distributing a press release and other materials to media representatives throughout the world. And I can't give you any estimates on what might happen here because it really depends on the individual within the organization and the kind of foresight that the organization currently has given recent socioeconomic and political events, particularly of the past 2 months. But we wish for the very best. I will be vetting very carefully every single media representative that is interested in working with us and getting our story across correctly and in a very high and dry manner. Constance the other day said to me, "What is high and dry?" High and dry means you take the high road and you don't stand next to the curb while you get splashed by the whatever's going by. I know there's other definitions for that phrase, but that's my definition. And in addition to that, we have drafted letters for the National ACLU, Human Rights, Amnesty International, as well as for women legal scholars. And I will be working very closely with one member of CORE in California, primarily because I think it's probably the best state to initiate a pretty aggressive push. Marco Rubio's office here has been somewhat helpful, but it's pretty clear that our elected officials have absolutely no control over these criminals. Because I can assure you, after the emails that we have sent to Rubio's office, given their understanding and knowledge of me, if they could shut this down, truly shut it down, it would have been shut down. It's markedly better, but it's still there, and I'm sorry. It's been 5 months of it, and really incredible escalation since the filing with the UN. Um, I'm more than happy to work with individual TIs who are a member of the core group who are doing other types of um, actions in terms of how we can add to what they're doing and how we can support them, particularly with media coverage. Of course, we have planes coming by now. And but I remain very committed to the core group working in a very strategic, nimble way, given the quickness of events transpiring in the world right now, particularly in the United States. We are also, as I've said before, seeking safe refuge somewhere outside of Florida, the United States, and we welcome anyone who knows of any place where we might be able to move immediately. As you cannot imagine, I'm so over this. And I was at the electromagnetics last night. We're off the map. I got 4 hours of sleep. Um, but I'm thinking off the mainland, and I'm thinking also actually more international. So to that end, if you would really like CORE to continue to very aggressively press the agendas that we have put together in a fairly nimble fashion in 2 months, given that it was me for a long time, and God bless Jamo and Candace and Constance and the other folks that have jumped in the past, particularly the past 2 or 3 weeks. God bless you. God bless you forever. We need your help and we need your funding at Justice Rising, which the link will be listed below here. If anyone wants to powwow with me about how to get funded really quickly so that CORE can exclusively dedicate its time to the programs that we are rolling out and pressing with, I'm more than happy to speak with you about that. And of course, anyone who has any great ideas about anything, we're happy to engage them. Lastly, we need you to continue to compile your evidence in a very logical, systematic, and coherent manner. And Candy of CORE will be working with you on that. And we really need that because as we move forward with the UN and these other approaches, we need to, again, nimbly be able to move with evidence to different offices at different times and with as much evidence as possible and really, really great timelines. And as I've said before, not to be repetitious, but you'll base it on the three specific paragraphs that the ACLU alludes to in spy files, which you will also find on your UN letter. You know, it starts with the surveillance 24/7, then it goes into the organized stalking and the harassment, and then finally the torture. Um, I think that's it about now. I was treated with a brief preview of the new TI documentary from Vice Media. I'm not quite sure who they are, out of Great Britain, and I wish I could say that it's something that I could endorse and support, but with the little clip I saw, it's once again, playing to the hood, and that's not where we're going to get any support. It's just not going to happen. And once again, TIs are made to look. I mean, the first TI in this clip looked like she was like on heroin. Really, it was weird. The second, if I remember correctly, didn't even look in the camera. The third was pretty hyped out, and it looked like he had a joint hanging from his mouth. And then the fourth, Sean looked fantastic and seemed to do a really great job, but he was the last one, and he barely got a word in. So that's not what I want to see for TIs, and that kind of depiction and portrayal of us is incredibly damaging because basically it makes TIs look like they're just, low end, whatever. And I'm sure these people did great interviews. I'm sure they did. What is all that noise? You can't imagine. There's like 47 noises since I started this 7 minutes ago. Um, but again, one of the most critical things that we as TIs must do is to discern who we are working with, because the damage that can be done and has been done to our community is profound and has been profound. And if we're going to secure the support of the human rights community, and that's another list we have coming together also, and we'll be approaching as human rights activists throughout the world, we need to be impeccable in everything that we do, and we must know the people with whom we work, and we must have them sign disclaimers or we don't work with them, because otherwise our mission is hit and we don't get the true story of what it is to be a TI and the torture that we endure daily out. We don't. We just get another smear piece. And again, I'm hoping I'm totally wrong and that I'm overreacting and everything that TIs do to this little snippet, but it didn't look good at all. And so I also have to note that when this happens, especially in the timing in which it has happened, which is right around the press release time, that to me smacks so of controlled opposition. I can't begin to tell you because I've gone through it so many times with these guys in the past 6 years. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I mean, it's like they're so predictable. So again, please be very careful with whom you work, particularly when it comes to expressing the truth of our story. I don't care who sells you a bill of goods. I don't care what they say, unless they sign off on a disclaimer that makes it very clear to both of you that that you're not going to be harmed by what's going to be said. Don't do it. Don't. It's not worth it. Wait for the true media representation that we deserve after, I don't know, how many years is it? How many decades has it been since Americans have been going through Zerzet song? Since the 50s, really? Probably. But really aggressively in the past 20 years? Yeah. We can wait a little longer. for what will actually benefit us and not harm us. So thank you for your patience. Spend time with the word patience today, because we'll have more patience as we move forward with all of the elements of what we're doing here at CORE, but also stay really positive, because we do have an opportunity. We do. I've seen some very positive responses from a lot of different places. We just have to transcend the obstacles, and truly, I need to get somewhere safe, because I can't take what they do to me. My thing is so 24/7 seamless. I don't even open my eyes in the morning, and it starts with the rise of my consciousness. I can't do that, because we have a big journey ahead of us, a big one. So help as you can. Blessings this day and this weekend. Thank you again for your patience. And please do contact us at CORE, CORE 888 miracles at gmail.com, or at Annie, Kaspar, KASPAR at gmail.com, or at 941-356-8007. Please refer your True T guys, your friends and family, and all of that MCI program. And let's do this finally really well, without whatever all of this controlled opposition stuff is. God, these guys spend so much money on this. Do you realize we probably could have made Eden on this planet 15 times already with the money they spend on our programs alone? Blessings. Have a great weekend.